Welcome, everybody. It's episode 1 of Two Dads and a Podcast Machine. I'm dad number 1, Brent Piles. Got my co-host, dad number 2 here. That's the way. No, that way. No, I can't get it right. This way.
Okay. And I'm dad number 2, Michael Watkins. Nice to see you. It's weird. I haven't been in front of a live camera in a while, so I really don't know how to act.
You don't remember how it feels anymore? It's like totally different scenario.
I don't. I mean, apparently I don't know how to upload a computer either. So, I mean, go figure that one out. You know, I'm very punctual. I like to be on time. I like to be prepared. So what was going on was at 2 p.m. today, I'm like, you know what? I haven't used my computer in a while. Let me do any sort of update there is, and doing it. And lo and behold, still, when I came back to it at 9 tonight, so go figure.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out. You got to be careful with computers. Those updates are a real bitch. Sorry, if you're not okay with cursing, you probably shouldn't just listen to this show if you're not okay with cursing, because I just curse a lot. There's nothing I can do about it. Sorry.
I'm going to try to be good. I'm going to try to not curse. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes there's might be a little bit too much alcohol that might be going down, and it happens like that. So if you're tuning in right now, either Facebook, YouTube, right, or if you're clicking on Twitter, you're watching Two Dads and the Podcast Machine. That's Brent Piles over there. I'm Michael Watkins, and what we are is we're just two dads. We're just going to talk about life for a little bit. We're going to recap what we did the week before, and hopefully you, the audience, will chime in and let us know if we're two good dads or just two really crappy dads. Best way to say it, right?
I guess that's the best way to put it. Absolutely. I'm hoping that all the comments come through, because I know when I did my live show with Erica last Friday, some of the comments weren't coming through on Facebook. I'm not seeing any comments now, so I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue. But yeah, if you don't know us, I'm Brent Piles. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska, and know that I don't live on a farm. Just because I live in Nebraska doesn't mean I live on a farm. I don't know how to do any farm-related activities everywhere I go. You live on a farm? No, I don't live on a farm.
I asked the questions to him, by the way, when I first met
him. Everybody does. Everybody. I think my Twitter bio says Lincoln, Nebraska, and not on a farm, because I don't live on a farm. Never lived on a farm once in my life. So there's that. Not all there. First thing we learned on this show is not everybody from Nebraska lives on a farm. So.
Yes, and you have like 16 podcasts out right now. So how many podcasts do you have? Literally.
I really only have the AWI pod, the Work in Progress Wrestling podcast that I do, which I have a couple different shows inside of that. Like we do NXT Talkover, where we talk about NXT, and then we do the 605, which is where we basically just watch bad wrestling and we make fun of it. And so I tell people all the time that even if you haven't watched wrestling in 10, 15 years, if you watch this show, you'll still like it, because you'll remember all the wrestlers from when you were a kid, and we just shit all over it. That's all we do the entire time. So, but other than that,
I have been part of those shows, and they have been really fun. They have gone on for a couple hours, where only it's a half an hour show. I think we recorded once. One of them was like 2 hours long.
Yeah, we usually bullshit for 30 minutes. We just bullshit it for 30 minutes before we even got any wrestling started, which usually happens with everybody.
Yeah. And
no, I just lost walking, so now I'm here by myself. Wrestling. That's cool. That's what I wanted to happen. Oh boy. Drop out. Okay, thank God he's back. Thank God you're back. Thank God.
You blew me out already, man.
No, you dropped out. I'm like, oh God, now I'm gonna have to talk to myself. This is gonna be great.
No, I wanted to see if there was any comments coming through, and I guess I just hit a wrong button there. So, like I said, I'm rusty. I was on the Section 247 show. We did that for almost 2 years. So I haven't been live since July, so I'm a little rusty at it too. I was telling my wife right before I got on here, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to act tonight. It's weird for me to have to do this again.
It's funny because I'm looking at the comments now on my phone, and your wife said, "My Two Dads, wasn't that a show, or was it 3?" Which, I mean, she's very astute, because You actually got part of this name from the show My Two Dads, didn't you?
I did. I basically I stole it from My Two Dads, which was a show I used to watch growing up. So yes, that was a show. Stacey Keegan, how you doing? Smoke show back in the day, Step by Step, also a good show.
Oh
And then it
yeah.
was also, and I'm sure I'll get ripped for this, Savage Garden, which was a popular pop group in the late '90s, early 2000s. They had a song called
Savage
Savage Garden.
Truly Madly Deeply. Is
Yes,
that
exactly. Dawson's
okay?
Creek coming at you. How you doing? Thanks for playing.
Yeah. I got that one.
And they had a song called Two Beds and a Coffee Machine. So it's basically
Oh.
it's a play on both of that. And the Two Beds and a Coffee Machine, don't listen to the song. It's sad. It's depressing. I listened to it in college, and I never listened to it again since then. But obviously, the title's still stuck in my mind.
Yeah, and I could definitely tell the title stuck in your mind. So yeah, that's just how we came up. That's how you came up with the name of the show. It was just funny because I asked you, I'm like, what should we call the show? And you like immediately came back at me with that as if you had planned to name a podcast this for years. Had you?
No, I mean maybe through osmosis, maybe
Just came right off the top of the head, huh?
the 3 hours I sleep at night. So the other reason why we wanted to get together, Brent has two kids that are pretty much, well, one's a teenager, one is basically a preteen. He'll be a teenager next year. And I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I have an 18-month-old, and then I'm about to have a kid in the next 4 to 5 weeks. So we're both gonna have two kids. Only, man, I'm about to go through chaos, relive
You
sleep
are.
deprivation all over again. So I don't.
Here's something that'll make you feel better. When little baby Watkins goes to school, you'll be 46, right? Something like that.
Old, yeah. Okay, keep going.
45, 46. I was just trying to make you feel better.
Well, I didn't hear what you said there.
I said by the time little baby Watkins goes to preschool, goes to kindergarten, you'll be 46. So I'm just trying to make you feel better.
I've already done the math in my head that the first 2 nights in the hospital, I did the math, like when he'll be in high school, how old I'll be. I think, because I was 38 when my first son was born. So, I mean, what I'll be like 56? 56
Wow. Yeah.
when he graduates high school. I mean, that's old, man. I'm old.
That's rough. Yeah, that's really rough.
So, I mean, hey, look, you'll still be young when your first son graduates high school. So
yeah,
props to you
that's
on
what
that
I tell. That's what I tell all my friends now that are like my age that like haven't settled down, haven't had any kids. I'm like, bro, we are not getting any younger, so you may want to get on this immediately. Or you're going to be sick when your kids graduate from high school. Is that what you want?
I just want to be walking. I don't want to be in a wheelchair when my kid graduates high school. That's my goal. I'm having a hard time as it is right now. I go outside to cut the lawn and I can't walk for 2 days afterwards.
I hear you, man. I have a 15-year-old son who plays football, and he's like, hey, you want to go out there and play catch? He doesn't realize if I step wrong outside playing catch, I'm not going to be able to walk for a week. So you got to think about that. I don't know.
I feel the same way. I think I'm gonna have to have rotator cuff surgery just so I can play catch with my son eventually.
That's why you gave up on softball, huh? Now we know the reason.
Yeah, I can't throw. I can't throw anymore. My arm is dead, and my wife goes, "Are you going to be able to actually play with our children?" And I really don't know.
Possibly, maybe, I don't know. You could build one of those things that for you. There you go.
So,
and yes, Watkins, your wife was also correct. Aunt Becky on Full House was from Nebraska. She's right. She was from Nebraska, probably from a farm. Also, Penny on The Big Bang Theory was from Nebraska too.
Not only is she from Nebraska, but she'll be spending some time in jail pretty soon, Aunt Becky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did she get jail time? I thought she just got probation.
I think her and her husband got jail time.
Oh, well, that's too bad. And yeah, we're definitely getting comments that aren't coming through, so that's too bad, unfortunately. I'm not getting.
I know, I can't see them right now because my computer just isn't done. It's actually done uploading, but I'm afraid to push any button. I don't want to get ejected from it again, so we're just gonna have to live with it for this episode at least.
Yeah, don't make me talk to myself because that's all the listeners will be gone. There we go. Marini, there we go. We got one. I got Marini here. There we go. Marini's the one comment that came through, and Watkins is gone again. So Marini, let's talk to each other. Marini, what'd you do at work today? Did you have a good day? Did you see any dogs today? I hope you saw a dog today because I feel like if you saw a dog today, you'd be really happy. All right. Well, now he's back. Maybe. Thanks for talking, Marini. I appreciate that.
I did it again, man. You know what it is? I have to stop pressing buttons. Don't let me press buttons. I literally.
Watkins, what I want you to do is take your hands and put them in your pocket. Just put them in your pocket and don't touch anything.
I'll just hold my cocktail and just go from there. I would say I was drinking already, but I literally have had 2 sips of this because I've been trying to get everything else to work prior to that.
This is the first beer I had today too. My buddy Cole Larkin said, "Dude, I slept wrong and my neck has hurt all week." So that's old age for you, right there.
That is the worst. My neck actually hurts. I slept on the couch last night.
What'd you do, Nicole? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I look out for my wife because I don't sleep well.
No.
We went to bed early because our son just kicks our ass left and right, and I fall asleep. And all of a sudden, sleeping with the windows open, beautiful out right now in New Jersey, by the way, from New Jersey, right outside Philadelphia. He's from Nebraska. I'm from New Jersey. Forgot to mention that. Stay hot, Watts.
Sorry.
Not your fault. So about 9:30, 10 o'clock, it's early, and I'm already asleep. Car comes ramming up. Sounds like it has a weed whacker engine in it. Totally Fast and Furious out. Continues to pick up one of the teenagers that lives across the street from me. I almost got old man dad and went outside and told him to turn his car off. Started blasting the stereo. So I was up. It was 10 o'clock, and I was not going back to sleep. So instead of tossing and turning in bed, I went downstairs, slept on the couch, and now my neck hurts. So I feel you. I feel you, Cole. I'm right there with you. I won't be able to turn left for like the next 6 days.
What's happening here is I'm getting the YouTube. That's my niece, Caitlin. Yes, I can see the YouTube comments and I can see the Twitter comments, but I can't see the Facebook ones for some goddamn reason, which I'm going to have to talk to somebody because I pay for this damn service. I like that Miami shirt, by the way.
This is my show right here. This is my show. I found this in my closet.
I don't think
You've never seen an episode? Oh, man. Do I have a lot to? You have a lot to learn with that one, then.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into it. I really can't get into any TV shows except for. Have you watched Cobra Kai yet?
I saw the first couple episodes of season 1 when it was on YouTube, when it was free to watch before YouTube Red came in. But I haven't watched them. But I see it's on Netflix.
It's really good.
I see it's on Netflix. I know somebody that has my Netflix account. My brother-in-law has watched it because it's on my continue watching.
Right. So your brother-in-law is a smart guy. He watches it.
Yeah. So he's watching it. My brother-in-law starts like 6 shows on Netflix. So my continue watching, if I want to pick up on something like Tiger King, I have to go all the way across the whatever the scrolling is just to get to my show.
Oh, really? So that's rough. That's too bad, man. Guess you should. Do you charge them anything for that? You should give you at least like $2 or something.
I should charge. I mean, Netflix keeps on going up, man. If it goes up anymore, I think I might be done with it.
That's fair. That's fair. And I really don't even really watch Netflix hardly at all. Besides Cobra Kai, of course. And then sometimes I'll turn stuff on. I'll turn stuff on just as like background noise because I have like a PlayStation 2 emulator on my laptop and I like to play NCAA football. So usually just turn something and watch and play while I play NCAA football.
That's pretty cool. I have to fall asleep to something in the background because I'm afraid of the dark. So Netflix are usually I go right to the comedy section. Netflix or Family Guy is a huge one for me falling asleep to. But like as far as Netflix goes, it's very rare too that I watch it. I think the last thing I watched on Netflix was Tiger King, and then before that was a show my wife made me watch, which I got into called Dead to Me, with Christina Applegate, who was Kelly Bundy back in the day.
Oh yeah, she was also who was she in Anchorman? What was it? Veronica Corningstone.
I don't know. And she was also in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
She was. Here we go. Now we're getting comments in. Here we go. Kyle's here.
Oh, Gags, what's up, buddy?
Our buddy Carl Coffey watching everyone while pooping. That's fun. Thanks, Carl.
Hey, at
Appreciate
least
it.
you're watching. We appreciate you
Hey,
watching.
Carl, remember, it's not so much about the pushing as it is just letting nature take its course, pal, if you know what I mean.
Don't blow a gasket, Carl.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's not good.
Don't want to do that. Not fun. Take it from somebody who has Crohn's disease. Not good. Not good.
Dude, really, that's rough. Anyway, pal, I gotta ask you a question though. After Sunday,
Sure.
How you feeling about football season?
You know what's funny? I was going to ask you the same thing. Football is, and I know, I see the Chicago Bears flag or towel in the background. 2-0. Congratulations. The Eagles are just bad. This has just been since they won that Super Bowl. They've just been going down the toilet. And I in the shower tonight, I literally was like, I'm going to ask him about football. He's probably going to harass me about the Eagles. They won the Super Bowl 3 seasons now. I'm still okay. I'm in the just like Sundays is down to have fun, but that time will eventually run out again. So
yeah,
football isn't the same though. I just don't think football is the same with no fans in there.
Really, it doesn't bother. It doesn't bother me at all. A lot of people say that about wrestling too, and I don't know why, but that doesn't bother me either. And I don't know why. It's a lot weirder to me though that when you watch a football game to see all the empty seats than it is to me to say watch an NBA game or a hockey game or a baseball game. And maybe it's because there's so many empty seats, but that's the only thing about it that's weird to me. But to me, it doesn't take anything away from it when I watch.
When it comes to baseball, I mean, no fans there anyway. That's fine because nobody was showing up for baseball games anyway lately. So who cares about that? Hockey, for some reason, hockey didn't bother me. Pizza, wings, and Bears. I like the first two things at least.
I put that on Facebook like every Sunday since football season started. So you wouldn't know because you Facebook, but
no Facebook. I get tempted every once in a while. I mean, should I get Facebook? Like, is that?
No, there's nothing interesting on there.
I literally haven't had Facebook in 10 years. I had it when Facebook was cool, I guess.
He was Facebook before Facebook was cool.
No, but football's still fun to watch. I've been enjoying watching more games that aren't involving the Eagles. I did watch the end since I did wake up last night and was up for the end of the Monday Night Football game. Crazy. That was a crazy finish there. Raiders 2-0. That's how you know this world is really screwed up right now.
Yeah.
I turned to golf on Sunday. I went to the U.S. Open final round I couldn't watch the Eagles. That's how the fans really play a key role. It was a home game for the Eagles. They were down 14-3, and there was no booing. It was just the piped in crowd noise, and that's how you know it's not really authentic right now for them.
Philly could be up 14-3, and they would be booing. So
absolutely, if you get all the way down there and you can't get in the end zone, yeah, you deserve to get booed.
Shout out to Mikey Kabaki who says the Eagles are really bad. I wouldn't watch them either.
They are. Uncle Bow.
I feel you on this though because I picked Carson Wentz in our fantasy football draft and I lost to Steve. Do you know what that's like to lose to Steve? I always lose to Steve every time.
How does Steve win? I don't understand how does Steve win anything?
I don't know.
You know what he does win at? His whatever those things are on what is it, TikTok, where he puts his face.
I hate that. If
he did the one with Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that's his fault. He started it all. He started it all by doing that face swap thing, and now everybody's doing it. I blame Signor for that one. That he's not watching this right now because he's sleeping because he'll be up at 3 a.m. to do kickboxing. But I blame him. It's all his fault.
My wife showed me that when it first came out that one of her friends did it, and I can't look at Britney Spears the same way because it was his face on Britney Spears, and it looked so real. I can't look at her anymore now.
He did that to me with Sasha Banks. He put his face on Sasha Banks' body, and now every time I see Sasha Banks, I think of Steve. And I don't want to think of Steve. Sasha Banks. Exactly. That's terrible.
Not good at all.
Sounds terrible.
But yeah, football's football, man. It's always going to be the thing to do on Sunday. It's a good time just to do like we did. I did some smoking already. Smoked some meats on this past Sunday. Sunday before that, played golf. I did play golf, on Sunday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I want to get golf. I literally tell my wife all the time that I want to get into golf, but then I never do it. It's like I'm always like, I'm going to start golfing, but then I never get around to golf.
You know what I started doing? Like I did this on Sunday. I played 9 holes on Sunday. You play in the afternoon while football's going on because you know the Eagles suck. Came home, Eagles still sucked. Watched the U.S. Open, and then you eat. You watch the Sunday night game, and that's it.
You know what? And you know what, Kyle? Nobody's surprised that you're the worst golfer ever.
Oh no, you haven't seen me, man. Whenever
Marie thinks you should be used to the Eagles sucking. So.
No, I won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, man. I'm still hyped up about that.
That's fair. That's fair. And my football situation is this. Okay, the Bears are 2-0. I might say something here. No, Carl Coffey, I apologize, but we came back and beat the Lions, who suck, right? Came back and beat the Lions. They're probably not good. We were terrible in the first half. And then we come out, we're up 7-0 on 17-0 on the Giants, but in the second half, we were pretty much not very good either. And then then did you see this interception return that got called back for Eddie Jackson on Sunday? It was a travesty.
Yeah.
That's not pass interference. He can get to the ball too. It's bull crap. So yeah, I feel good. I'm glad that they're 2-0, but like Kyle said, 2-0 with wins over the worst teams, which he's correct. So while I'm happy that they're 2-0, I mean, we're going to see what happens on Sunday with Atlanta because Atlanta can score a lot of points, but they just blew like a 28 or 29 point lead to Dallas. So
yeah, supposedly they can't recover an onside kick either. It seems, right?
It seems like the guys were just staring at the ball like they had never seen an onside kick before.
How bad does it have to get if the owner has to come out and say that onside kick was they blew a game? That the owner has to explain himself. I mean, Philadelphia, Jeffrey Lurie, you only see him twice a year, see him at the beginning and the end of the season.
Right.
You know, but they're coming out already 2 weeks in. The owner's got to start talking. That's not good.
Well, Jerry Jones likes to talk anyway, so nobody should be surprised.
I don't even count him as an owner. I will say though, when you go, I've been in that area where their practice facility is. I traveled there for work. It is pretty amazing. I mean, when you take off from the Dallas airport or Fort Worth, you literally go right over the stadium. It's huge. I mean, it really is that big when you see it. So, you know, but that's where it stops. That's where like the awe stops for that one because I can't like the Cowboys. Can't do that.
No, I mean, who could like the Cowboys? That's terrible. I
People
mean, I
in
get
Dallas.
Cowboys maybe a little bit, but I couldn't understand anybody who would like the Packers.
So you said your son plays football.
He does.
And you tweeted out that you think you get more hyped up before the game starts than your son actually does. And you said something wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you, man.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe he doesn't know. Brent's son was about to play in a football game. He tweeted out, he's like, how your heart was racing or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all because you want to get out there too.
Yeah, for real. There was like his second game, like the kid that he plays corner, and the kid that he was guarding was holding him every single play. Like if he would first, he'd grab his jersey like this, and if Xavier got by him, he'd grab the back of his jersey. And they never called it. I was getting so mad. I wanted to go in the other stands and who's number 21's dad, but I figured I better just sit down.
So are you the type that will say, you know, put my kid in, he's not getting enough playing time, or do you let your son handle that all on his own?
Yeah, no, see, I'm not a football coach. I never played organized football. I played flag football in 5th grade. So I'm not going to pretend to know better than the coach does. So no, I don't lobby for playing time I do yell and scream. I mean, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a loud person, but I try not to be that guy. You know what I mean? Like there's that guy and I try not to be that guy.
Yeah, I have a big mouth too, but I will say, you know, my mom was at a lot of my games. My dad was at a lot of my games. They never once said anything to a coach. They said, if you don't like what's going on, you have to say it, or maybe you're not playing good enough and you have to be better. So that's good. Yeah, you can be hyped up all you want. Just don't be the dad that's saying put my kid in, or you know, this kid sucks. My kid should be playing over him. Don't do that.
No, I'm not gonna. I mean, they're kids at the end of the day. So yeah, I would never like. And yeah, like I said, I never played football, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know like that. I pretend to know like I know everything because I don't know
You're
nothing.
not like sports writers that think they know how to play the position.
Yeah, like every sports writer who thinks that they know how to throw a pass when the reality is if you had a 300-pound lineman chasing you, you would just crumble to the ground. I know I would. So
And what your other son is 12. Does he play sport? Does he play any sports too?
no, he's not a sports guy. So no, he's more of a he does YouTube videos. We actually do a lot of YouTube videos where we try different sodas and shit and stuff. So yeah, he's not really into sports. He's not a sports guy. So I have one that is and one that isn't.
Now I know your kids are a little older, but did your kids just climb on everything when they were growing up?
Xavier did, yeah. Xavier would climb on everything, and even at the park, you take him to the park, and he would always something would happen. He'd get into something, he'd bust his chin open, have to take him to the hospital to get stitches. He was the clumsiest child. Is your child clumsy at all?
No, mine's not clumsy. Mine has no fear.
Oh,
My son, my I shouldn't say that. My son has fear. He loves my riding mower, my tractor mower. But then when he gets up, when I say, come on, ride it, then it's like, no, I don't want, I just want to look at it from afar and I want to say tractor 5,000 times. And he wants to sit on it when it's not running. But my son will climb up on the dining room table and then go up to the chandelier that hangs over the dining room table and like try, thinks he's Shaquille O'Neal dunking the basketball. So if you walk in my house right now and you make a quick right, my dining room chairs are stacked up like it's closing time at a restaurant, so he won't climb onto the table. So it started out where my wife was like, I'm going to clean the floors. So she goes, can you move the chairs out of the way? So I stacked them up all nice and neat in the middle of our like sitting room, whatever you want to call it. And like at night, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta move the chairs back for you. And she's like, no, don't move him back. He hasn't climbed on the dining room table today. I can't get up and down anymore. So we're keeping him there for a long time.
You're like a McDonald's at closing time. All right, put the chairs up. We gotta get the chairs up.
They literally are stacked like it's closing time. But hey, look, he's not climbing on the table. The only thing what he does is he goes when he's got to get changed or whatever, he runs right over to him because he hides in him like it's a maze because I can't get to him. So he's laughing at me like a little bastard.
Just wait until you got two of those. That's gonna be fun.
And the one saying, jump off of this, it'll be fine. I used to do it.
But yeah, up there, it'll be fine. You're gonna have two boys too. And they're
Did your older one tell your younger son to do other stuff just because, like, just so you know that he'll get yelled at? Just see the reaction.
No, I don't think so. Not that I can remember him doing. I don't remember.
Oh, I fully think my son's gonna do that.
Oh, I'm sure he probably will. From what you just told me, he seems like he's definitely going to be like.
I put together a play set. I put together a play set, right? So it's this big wooden and metal play set with a platform, sliding board, rope climb, everything. And what is I have to make sure it's moved far enough away from my shed because I can definitely see him climbing up and then going onto the shed eventually when he gets bigger.
Does it just backyard shit like the Hardy Boys?
He's gonna be jumping off of there with the ladder matches and doing all backyard wrestling.
That's
come home
what I'm saying.
From dinner and there's gonna be backyard wrestling. Swing set match.
So swing set match. They're gonna be doing flying elbows off the top of the swing set. He's gonna have his little brother doing it, of course, not him.
They're gonna have fire. They're gonna have like the fire pit going, and they're just gonna have like the fight of death.
Kabaki used to do it, so
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
by reading some of his tweets, it does not surprise me. He's a great follower, by the way.
Yeah, Kabaki looks like that kind of guy who would climb on the shed.
I will say, since we said we were going to do this show, I got some really good follows, so thank you. Thank you for that. He is one of them. Mayor Canton is another one. Everybody should go follow him. I don't know how he weighs what he weighs with what he eats, but congratulations to you on that one.
He could put it away for sure.
He sends a picture out of what he's about to eat, and it's literally the right side of McDonald's menu.
That's the truth.
They probably have to close that McDonald's after he leaves it, and yet, He's fine. If I eat a nugget, I'm screwed for like the next 10 years.
you're gonna you're gonna gain 5 pounds just from a nugget. I don't have that problem because I have the fastest metabolism ever, and I could eat whatever I wanted, and I'd weigh 160 pounds. There'd be nothing I could do to change
You know
it.
when the last time I weighed 160 pounds, I think I was a freshman in high school.
I was gonna say the 8th grade.
Eighth grade, I was skinny, and yeah, eighth grade I was probably like 130.
In the 8th grade, I probably weighed $105. Maybe on a good day, I weighed $105.
Soaking wet, $105.
Soaking wet. I was 5'11" and I weighed 105 pounds. I probably wasn't that tall. Well, pal. I think that's going to do it for episode 1. I don't know where else we're going to go from this. It sucks that the Facebook comments are coming through. I have to figure out what happens with that. Here we go. Wait a minute. One more thing before we go. Both Chicago baseball teams and the Phillies lost to walk-off home runs within the last 30 minutes. Thoughts? Well, first of all, I don't care about the Sox, so whatever about that. The Cubs bullpen lets me down all the time, Kabaki, and you're a Cubs fan, so you understand. So I'm not surprised. So, what do you think about this?
Oh, and thoughts about the Phillies. The bullpen is awful. Every night they're winning a game into the 6th or 7th inning, and every night if you fall asleep and you wake up the next morning, they did not win. I have never seen anything like this before. I've never seen a team blow this many leads. And matter of fact, right before we came on, it was just a quick tweet like from a media guy saying Phillies leading, blah blah blah, going into the 8th inning. Who closes it? Because they don't know. That's how it's just a toss up. I think they'll fly you out right now to have you close out this game that they apparently already lost.
I saw a thing today that if the season ended today, I believe the Cubs and Phillies play in the first round. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I thought that's what it said.
That's just whoever you want to just. If there's a tie for losers, just let that happen there.
The answer was nobody.
Nobody closed. Yeah, nobody closed it.
Okay, Kerbaki says I was right. So if the season ended today, the Phillies would play the Cubs. So there's that. So that'll be a fun time.
So episode 1, it's been fun. We'll try to do it better next time. We'll just get better and better every time. Better and better every time. More and more people come. So share this out there. Like it. Comment on it. Yeah. And come back next week. This is going to be every Tuesday around 9:15. We know you have to watch Big Brother and you can't get on before that. So.
Well, Big Brother's not on Tuesday nights, so I should be fine.
What's on Tuesday nights for you that you can't do this until 9:15?
I thought you couldn't do it till 9:15. That's why we were doing 9:15. I thought you had to get the little one.
Well, you know what? I like 9:15. Let's just keep 9:15.
I think it worked for a lot of people. Kabaki says he'll be back next week. I'm going to figure out what's up with the Facebook comments, and we're going to
come back next week. I know. I know when I go upstairs, my wife's going to be like, "I was commenting the whole time. You didn't say anything."
I'm sorry, Nicole. We did mention her a couple times. Remember we talked about Aunt Becky.
Aunt Becky.
Smoke show. If people wanted to follow us on Twitter, do you know where they could do that at?
I'm at Michael Watkins 7 on Twitter. Please follow me.
I'm at Pile Splash. My account is private, and if you're an asshole, I won't let you follow me. But if you're not an asshole, I'll let you follow me. But if you wanted to follow the show, where could you do that on Twitter?
At Dad's Machine on Twitter.
That's right, and on Instagram if you want to do that. I believe Facebook is just Dad's Machine. Facebook/Dad's Machine, I believe it is on Facebook. So.
And who knows? Maybe I'll actually get a Facebook. I don't know.
Tune in next week. We never know what will happen.
Stay tuned.
All right. See you guys next week.